Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We've got some cloud coverage, but fortunately, it looks like the sun's peeking out on us. We had some rain yesterday. We got a good game in store for you. It's the ROJO Sox versus the Keep Doubting Bombalas / Killer Bees. Yesterday was a highly offensive game. The Killer Bees took the game over the ROJO Sox 19-18. It was a very highly offensive game. Pitchers had no prayer. But today we're hoping to be different. Marcus Johnson on the mound for the ROJO Sox. Light bullpens all around, so hopefully he can hold the game short. We are playing a 9-inning game today. Only one game scheduled. So warm-ups are all done. We're all set to get started. Center fielder Javale Barnes will lead off for the – I'll just keep saying Killer Bees because that's the uniforms they're wearing. He's been on the ROJO Sox as a bench player, but Joe Torre wanting him to – that first pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner. Got a lot of balls in the air. The 0-1 to Barnes. He swings on and lines down the right field line. That will be a foul ball into the ROJO Sox bullpen. 0-2. Johnson gets his sign and comes set. The 0-2 pitch. Misses high and goes to the backstop. 1-2. Got to mix those high pitches in every now and again. Oh, excuse me. It's 2-1.
No,
or 1-2.
Yeah.
I didn't put it on the scoreboard. Excuse me. The 1-2. Taken high again. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch to Barnes is swung on and blooped into right field. McDade will make the catch for out number 1. Good job jamming the speedy leadoff hitter. And with one out, that'll bring up third baseman Mike Thiessen. In the highly offensive game, Thiessen, one of the highlights, reached base almost every time he came to the plate. First pitch to him is lined foul out of play. Johnson doing a good job of trying to control the pace. Gets the ball back and toes the rubber. The 0-1. Bounces and goes to the backstop. 1-1. The 1-1. Thiessen swings through and misses. 1-2. Good pitch to kind of get in on his hands. Probably wouldn't have been a strike had he taken it, but aggressive swinging from Thiessen puts him in the 1-2 hole. The 1-2. Taken on the outside corner, low. 2-2. Johnson gets what he likes. The 2-2 pitch to Thiessen. Check swing, bounces. They say no swing, so count moves to 3-2. The payoff pitch to Thiessen. Swung on and lined into right field. McDade chasing it back. He will make the catch on the run backward, and there is out number 2. Good piece from Thiessen, but unfortunately right at somebody, and there's 2 outs. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up second baseman Trey Hunt. Trey Hunt lately been playing almost every infield position and some outfield. Very versatile as he takes that first pitch right down the middle for a strike. Dangerous hitter, loves the inside pitch. Does a good job of getting out in front, turning on it. The 0-1. As he swings and grounds that one to second base, Stanziano will pick it up. Fire to first, and there's out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Killer Bees. We'll move into the bottom half of the first inning. As the score is still 0, Killer Bees unable to get a run across. We were all set to get ready with the bottom half of the first inning. Adam Mancor on the mound for the Killer Bees. Left fielder Trevor McKinley will lead off for the ROJO Sox. We did have a pregame lineup change as he takes ball 1. Frank Podkul, the player/manager for the ROJO Sox, along with Skylar Janice, were signed to the Lake Country Dockhounds prior to the game, so they had to leave. Congratulations to them. So the ROJO Sox had to make some defensive changes. Stanziano goes to second, and Antone moves to third base, as the count is now 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to McKinley. He takes on the outside corner for strike 2. So 1-2 on the ROJO Sox leadoff hitter. The pitch from Mancor misses way outside. 2-2. That 2-2 pitch misses well outside again. Excuse me, the count was 3-2. And that'll be a leadoff walk for Trevor McKinley. So dangerous speed on the bases for the ROJO Sox. As center fielder Cody Lovejoy steps to the plate. Joe Torre likes to call him the hitman. Mancor wasting no time. McKinley not even ready to run the bases yet. Is that pitch taken on the inside corner for a strike? Mancor deciding he wants to work really fast. Excuse the sound outside if you can hear it. They're cleaning the stands here in Washington. The 0-1 misses well outside. 1-1. We had to open the window to get a clearer picture. Mancor comes set, picks over. McKinley gets back easily. McKinley takes off. That pitch misses high for a ball. The throw to second, not even close, and McKinley has himself a stolen base. Or did he call it a strike? Yep, he called it a strike, so it's 1-2. But a stolen base for McKinley. Mancor steps off, calls out his catcher, Jonathan Soto. Have a little conversation. Pepe?
Yeah, Pepe Soto.
We call him Pepe now, I guess.
Oh, that's what you told me his name was.
That's really?
Yeah.
I only can go by the rosters that I see. Colin Miner on deck. 1-2 account on Cody Lovejoy. A check on McKinley. The pitch misses outside. 2-2. Mancor, a couple looks at McKinley. The 2-2 pitch. Take on the outside corner. Called a ball. And the count is now full. Max McDowell knows better than to ring up Lovejoy on a close pitch like that.
That veteran status.
Exactly. The payoff pitch from Mancor is swung on and fouled back right into the stands. We'll do it again. McKinley's MO with stolen bases is he's going, and there's really nothing you can do about it. And that's why he reached second base so easily. Second baseman checks on him. The 3-2 again, misses down low, so back-to-back walks. Puts 2 runners on for the ever-dangerous Colin Miner, who is normally a catcher but DHing today, giving his legs a rest. Had 2 home runs yesterday and also had 2, I'll say as a pitcher, bombs to the gap and right and left center. Unfortunately, just didn't carry enough to get out of here. So he's swinging a hot bat right here with nobody out, 2 runners on. The pitch to him as he takes that slider low and in. 1-0. Mancor begging for a pop-up or a ground ball right here. Give himself some breathing room. More than likely a ground ball. Long look at McKinley. That 1-0 pitch taken right down the middle for a strike. 1-1. Even if you only get Minor out, you have the also hot swinging bat of Leighton Vaughan waiting on deck. Kind of a lose-lose here for Mancor as he picks off and has McKinley picked. The throw to second will be in time. So McKinley getting aggressive. Gets himself picked off at second. And now the ROJO Sox have a runner at first with 1 out. So now Mancor in a better spot with the 1-1 count to Minor. The 1-1 swung on and grounded foul down the third base side. 1-2. Unfortunately, sometimes base running makes a pitcher's job a lot easier. Look at Lovejoy at first. The 1-2 pitch taken well outside for a ball. 2-2. Let us know in the comments if you can hear them hosing down the stands, because it's an aggressive noise here in the booth. That pitch is grounded to second base. He'll pick it up, fire to first, and there's out number 2. So after a shaky start, back-to-back walks, Mancor able to get himself out of it with a pickoff and a double play. We'll now move into the top half of the second inning. Score is still 0-0. Welcome back for the top half of the second inning. Score is still 0-0 as Marcus Johnson is out for another inning of work. Right fielder Derek Hurt will lead off against him. Had a relatively quick inning. The first inning only threw 13 pitches as he takes that pitch on the inside corner, strike 1. The 0-1 to Hurt almost clips him on the back leg. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. It swung on, grounded back to Johnson at first. He'll pick it up. Fire on to first baseman Vaughn. And there's out number 1. Good start. So far, filling up the zone, doing a good job. And that'll bring up first baseman Taylor Olmstead. First pitch to me squares around, but that pitch misses outside. Ball 1. Olmstead been the journeyman for every team he's been on. He can play every outfield spot, and he's been playing a lot of first base as he swings through that one, 1-1. It's crazy that this day and age you'll have somebody with that much speed and that much power and that strong of an arm playing first base. But with the need for position players in higher leagues, he's been learning that position. As that pitch is blooped to second baseman Stanziano, he'll make the catch, and there's out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for Johnson. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Nick Dabrowski. Johnson doing a great job filling up the zone, making hitters swing and get out. First pitch to Dabrowski, taken for a strike on the upper half of the zone. Cloud coverage still coming in. Looks like we might be having some rain come up. Hopefully it holds off. The 0-1 from Johnson. Swung on and missed on the outside corner. 0-2. So 2 outs, nobody on. The 0-2. Misses inside and goes to the backstop. 1-2. The catcher Anthon may have just whiffed on that pitch. Didn't miss that far inside.
Hey, Joe said it's good on the other phone. It's not.
The ground ball at the middle just misses. Johnson, Monte picks it up, but bobbles it a bit. That will be a single for Dabrowski. And that'll give the Killer Bees a 2-out base runner. Tough play to make, just missed pitcher Marcus Johnson. Almonte had a tough play going up the middle, couldn't get a handle on the ball. So a 2-out single, Dabrowski on first. And that'll bring up catcher Jonathan/Pepe Soto. First pitch to him. Swung on and grounded to the right side, and that'll be a single into right field. So back-to-back singles puts 2 runners on. Soto swinging first pitch, being aggressive. And with 2 outs, left fielder DeAndre Clark will step up to the plate. Clark batting from the right side, facing the lefty. A check on Dabrowski. The first pitch to him misses high and outside for a ball. Clark's still in good shape with 2 outs. He does have 2 runners on. The 1-0 is swung on and hit foul out of play. 1-1. Got a head on Dabrowski. Dabrowski able to hit a hard ball at the middle. A tough play to make for the shortstop. And Soto wasting no time swinging first pitch. The 1-1. Taken high and outside again. 2-1. Dabrowski not necessarily a steal threat, but he has stolen a few bags from time to time. Good base runner. So check on him. He bounces back. 2-1. Grounded hard up the middle. That's a base hit. Lovejoy will cut it off in the gap. Dabrowski will score. Soto will be held at third, and Clark slides head first into second base with an RBI double. So the Killer Bees strike first. With 1 run with 2 outs in the top half of the second inning. So with runners on second and third, 2 outs. Shortstop Spencer Henn will step to the plate. Spencer Henn, good day yesterday, reached base pretty much every time he came up to hit. Clark hoping to limit this damage. So far in good shape, only 1 run. He's got 2 outs. The first pitch to Henn misses high and outside for a ball. The 1-0 is swung on and hit high, but foul out of play on the right side. 1-1. So 2 outs, 1 run in. Clark at second. Soto at third. The 1-1 to Spencer Henn. Misses high for a ball. 2-1. The 2-1 from Johnson is swung on, grounded to third base. That'll be a foul ball. Clark on the move already. Rounded third past the catcher Soto. He is ready to score on anything. So 2-2 the count on Spencer Henn with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Here in the top half of the second inning. The 2-2 is swung on and fouled back to the screen, so we'll do it again. Good job to fight off that pitch. Johnson hoping to put him away here. Spencer Henn does a decent job of hitting with 2 strikes. The 2-2 again. Swung on and bloop to short. Anton will bobble it. Can't handle it. The run will score. And Spencer Henn will reach first base safely. So the Killer Bees now lead 2-0. That'll be scored a base hit. Tough play for the third baseman, Anton, to make, cutting off the shortstop. So with 2 outs, runners on the corners now, and that'll bring up center fielder Javel Barnes. Popped up his first time up as he takes strike 1. Johnson takes his time, comes set. The 0-1. Taken low, called a strike. 0-2. So Dabrowski got on base. Dabrowski and Soto got on base with back-to-back singles. They have both come around to score. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Well, I guess he called that pitch a ball, even though he signaled a strike. So it's 1-2. Need these field umpires to do better with their arm signals. Johnson, a quick check on him. The 1-2 bounces for a ball. 2-2. John's going to look at Hen. The 2-2. Hen takes off. The pitch is high. The throw to second is in time. He got him on the shoulder as he was sliding in. So a caught stealing will end the inning. But the Killer Bees do their damage. They score 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and 1 man left on base. We'll move into the bottom half of the second inning. Killer Bees on top, 2-0. So we got some rain coming in hard now as the clouds cover, and Mancor will step out for his second inning of work. The Killer Bees on top, 2-0 as Leighton Vaughan steps in and grounds to shortstop. Hen will pick it up.
Good, right?
The throw to first, and there's out number 1. A quick out for the Killer Bees. It's coming down hard now. We'll see how long it lasts. No actual umpire today, so it'll be up to the players on the field as to how much we want to play. But it is coming down hard if you can't tell on the camera.
Yo, hey, pull it.
We're going to get off the field as the rain is coming down even harder. We're going to wait and see, wait it out, and see how it goes. All right, we're going to do something we've done before. For those of you still listening during this horrendous rain delay, we're going to go on loudspeakerphone with Joe Torre. See what he has to say about all this. Hopefully you can hear. If he'll answer. Go on the YouTube live and tell me if you can hear this. Tell me if we can do anything. Wow, he tells us to get on live and he doesn't answer.
Yeah, that's smart.
I called the main number, Joe.
Is it the 707-55641?
Yep. Oh, no, sorry. It was the 201-707-6299.
All right.
So I guess I don't have the front office number. Oh, it's his iPhone. I knew it. I knew the iPhone was the main one. So what is it? 201-707.
5564.
Is that what it says? Go ahead and add it so I don't forget it.
This is nuts.
This rain came out of nowhere, folks. All right. Let's see if Joe Torre answers now. I'm calling the iPhone number.
Hey, you've reached Joe. I'm not here right now. Leave me a message and I'll give you a call back. If you're calling for baseball training or the River.
Wow, Joe. Both numbers. You're not answering.
You should call the other number.
Which? I just called it. All right. We'll do it again, Joe. That's what happens when you have two phones. You're that important of a businessman. There he is. All right, Joe. You're on the live.
All right, I gotta turn the other one down because I can't hear. It sounds weird. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Pouring over there?
Oh God, it looks like a hurricane right now. Like there's puddles now forming on the on deck circles. They came out of nowhere.
What time did the rain start? 12:45.
Yeah, about like 12:48, something like that.
All right, just so we keep an eye on how long that Mancour and Johnson sit for, I would say, 115's not bad, 30's pushing it, but if it's 130, maybe just a little bit more out of them. If it's 115, you'll probably get a lot out of them. The radar says 20 minutes, maybe solid rain, and then it's supposed to taper off. So hopefully that's what it is. And if it kind of tapers off, we can start right away. Just every ball that touches the ground is going to be done. I don't mind, but I'd rather start sooner and lose the balls to keep the pitchers alive,
Yeah.
So see what happens here in the next few minutes. But just wanted to let the viewers know, and anybody that's paying attention, we can get this out to later, kind of what happened today with the Podgul situation. He's supposed to play third base for the ROJO Sox and gets taken out of the lineup right before the game because literally Skylar Janice was umpiring the taxi game from behind the mound. Had to go out and grab him before the fifth inning because the Lake Country Dockhounds are going to go to Winnipeg, and they need an infielder and an arm, which I've been working on all week, trying to figure out who to get over there, how to get him over there. And some other things fell through. We thought it might have been Jimmy Smybert, who we've signed before in the Atlantic and the Frontier League, and some decent things happened, and he couldn't get another job after that Canada job, so he's been waiting in Canada playing in the IBO. He would have been perfect, but logistically, with how long we waited to tell him that he needed to get over there, it's just impossible. So really, my first suggestion, even before Smybert, was the local guy, because Lake Country's pretty close to Frank Podgul, Chicago area guy, right in his backyard. But really more because Frank needs and is kind of the next guy up for an opportunity. Trey Hunt's name came up the other day on some phone calls, but he can't go over the border yet, waiting for some paperwork. So, Frank's no-brainer. He's the guy. He can eat up innings. He can play corners. He might have to play second there, which is a good thing. We got a couple games at second base in, and, real deserving of it. And then Janice and him will ride together. They drove right before the game to drive, I guess it's 8 hours to meet the team there and jump on the bus and then try to figure out another way to get the car back home after, because I think they're actually in Kane County right now. So they'll have to find their way back to Lake Country or Kane County after to get the car, depending where they leave it. But Janice has something like 19 punchies and 12 innings in the Frontier League so far this year. He threw at the Empire Travel Team when he had the opportunity. And last year he pitched for Winnipeg at the end of the American Association season. They didn't pick him back up, but he finished the season there. And I would say one of the reasons we lost in the finals and couldn't catch the Killer Bees last year is because we lost a guy like Skylar Janice, who had thrown, I think it was something like 40 or 50 innings at that point for us, pretty much our ace in the Yinzer with the Wolfpack last year. So real deserving for both guys. They might be coming back, soon. Hopefully not. Hopefully we never see Frank again. But what I thought was really cool, and if the viewers and you guys, you can talk about it later for some new people that come on, but if you go on Instagram and you watch the Black Sox Pro Baseball Story, I think one of the coolest thing for these guys and about this group, and it's been like that for the last couple of years, is how hard they're pulling for each other to get the opportunity, or when they get the opportunity. You saw it at the Frontier League draft with guys really giving our guys a standing ovation for getting signed. But that locker room was pretty lit up. And even the boys watching up in the picnic area on the left field line, watching a taxi game when I had to go out and get Janice and tell them, you got to get in the car with Frank right now. Guys aren't bitter that it's not them going, and it's not always going to be you. It's going to be these same guys that are good that need the opportunity. And when guys understand that, that's when your opportunity will actually be in front of you, and the more bitter guys are about it, or if they're why not me kind of thing, it's, going to be detrimental to the overall culture of the program and what we're trying to do. So if you go back and look at that Instagram story from today, and I'm probably going to try to make that into a post, so guys can see how real it really is. One thing Cole Bombalis is always saying, Cole Bombalis is now over with the Florence Yalls as the bullpen coach. That happened in the last few days. We haven't made a real big a deal about it because I wanted to make sure it's all official with Florence and everything before we do. But one thing he always says is, he's over there and he said he saw Eddie and Jerry Eddie looking at him wow, man, you're here now? Holy shit. And Cole's always saying, I want guys to see how real it is. And, at this point, I don't think we really need to show anybody how real it is anymore. I think it's real as fuck. And if you don't get it, you're just not doing right by yourself at this point as a player to be anywhere else doing anything else. We've been all over the map. We've been running this shit for years, and now it's Vince McMahon has basically purchased WCW. We own the whole thing. The only thing below us is going to be some copycat, which is everything going on is a copycat version of what I created, what I started with the Barnstorming Tour and with the tryout circuit. I'm not saying that other things aren't legit. I'm not saying not to do those other things. I'm just really talking to players right now about, Cole always saying, let's show them how real it is. It's now I think players need to look in the mirror and ask themselves how real do they want it to be. And I think most guys just are afraid and they don't want it to be. They cannot figure out how to make the opportunity happen because they don't want the opportunity to happen because they're going to fail because they know themselves, and that's okay. If you're a loser and you think you're a loser and you're a loser and you suck, well, then you're better off staying at the crib, aren't you? And for all of our guys, even you two guys in the booth, it's Owen Reith and Mark Sanders, and who else is up there with you?
Ty Wickline.
Yeah, exactly. Guys like him, and I know Cywin's been up there, and McDowell, and whoever. I want to give. I talked about it yesterday with you, with Mark Sanders. Just any opportunity to see the name go on the board and get off the board is what I'm trying to do, and everybody is deserving of an opportunity somewhere. More so, and I have maybe a few years ago would have thought about what I was saying a little more, but more so than any guy in any other place, including the USPBL, Empire League, Pecos League, whatever else is going on, there is no one anywhere more deserving than the 100 guys or 50 guys on the two teams, however you want to call it, 60 guys, it's 30 guys on each roster. It's about 100 guys total there. But let's just say the 60 guys on those two teams, there is nobody in America more deserving than the guys I'm talking about. So, for those guys, it's hopefully a way to keep your head up and keep going, knowing that just the phone needs to ring and there needs to be an opportunity there. And also players can still be proactive about it. You can still be proactive. You can still hit up teams. You can still go and to tryouts or whatever. But, I just want the viewers to know, and I wanted to make a clip out of this. I'm going to have Midnight Moose work on this a little bit and get this out there. But, it is real as fuck. And our guys are the best guys in the world. And they're going to be the next guy up because of what we created. The draft league. Nobody from the draft league hit me up looking for players. So I'm not saying it won't be a good league, but if the Lake Country Dock Hounds and the Gary South Shore Railcats and the Winnipeg Gold Eyes and the Fargo Red Hawks and the Atlantic League are asking for our players, if the defending champs, Lexington Legends, are calling week after week for players, then what is everybody else really doing? What are they really doing, man? And if you look at my Instagram right after I post that celebration in the locker room, I'm in the car doing the book, listening to the game in the rain, with Charlie sleeping here, driving to my next destination so I can go find more players and be on the field more somewhere else, which is going to help us grow. So, big thanks to you guys, Owen and Mark and Ty and Wright and all the guys that help out, man. You're the reason that those guys are getting signed, and someone else will be the reason that you guys are getting signed eventually. So I just want to make sure I got that in there during this little delay,
Right. Well, it's good content. We appreciate the word. We're gonna still wait out this rain though, because it's still coming down a little bit, and there's.
Yeah, Kyle sent me a picture that the probably it looks like the warning track is flooded.
Yep.
And I'm assuming that that's going to mean that the dugouts are flooded. We could have probably tried to push it back a little bit today later, but I really was trying to, because yesterday it said 100% there for like 3 hours and it never came. So, it's just sprinkles. So you never know if it's going to hit you there or that. So that's why I wanted to start it regardless. But now kind of feeling bad that I got these two starters on the hook here. They're saying that the radar is bad for, Omar says, an hour, but I really don't think it'll be an hour. But is it like black, dark out there?
It's pretty dark. It's a little lighter than it was, but it's still coming down. Not as hard, but it looks like it's going to be consistent for a while. And the turf in front of both dugouts and the on-deck circles are already pretty flooded. And,
Pretty saturated.
And shortstop and second base have been taking a beating. So
shit. So regardless, what I would say is like when it stops, or even if it like slows down to like a sprinkle, I would maybe get the broom for the pellets,
mm-hmm.
and maybe Reed could go down there and tell them, they got Omar calling me. You could get him and Barrows together and tell them, we're just going to wait. We're not going to leave the dugouts. We're not going to go in the locker room and have everybody wandering around. Keep everybody together. There's no reason to go anywhere. But get the broom, and maybe if we could find another broom, and if we could just kind of help the water along the way to the drain, which I think is behind the plate, or I don't know. But there are a couple holes in the walls. Maybe we could just push a little bit of that water so that when it does stop, it doesn't just sit there, and we catch, I don't know if there's going to be any sun or not, but it looks like it says 1, 2 o'clock or 2, 3 o'clock that it should be some sun. So we'll just hang on there for a little bit. If Reed could, or anybody could relay that down there and see what they could do with the broom. But
and just text them to let them know.
Yeah, just tell them that we'll just wait. We're going to wait it out. No one needs to go anywhere. Tell them to chill. If Uncle Dave Casey was here right now,
he'd run the bases.
He's down in Florida with the family. He would get out there, full uniform, run the bases, and slide into home. So who's it going to be? Somebody's day is worth nothing.
Let's get Tommy Blood to do it. We'll see if we can coax him into doing it.
Yeah, somebody. I mean, let's get it on there while the camera's still on, right?
Yep, it's all still going.
That'd be awesome. last year, Dave Casey, you lit us up, man. I never seen the guys. The guys were more fired up for that than anything else last year.
I was in the dugout for that too. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was awesome. But what do you guys got? What are you guys watching? In the first inning there, good move for an end. Try to steal the base.
Yeah.
With Barnes up. But
McKinley.
a better move would have been to get to stop and see what they do with Clark there. That would have been a good move. But not a whole lot of action. Obviously, only being anything in and out. I'm surprised Leighton Vaughan took the at-bat. I thought Leighton Vaughan would have said, am I really going to hit in this? And then, no way.
Well, it's funny because it started. It was. We could see it coming, and it was drizzling pretty hard. And then he swung first pitch, and then it started coming down hard like it is right now. Like it came back. It's coming back with a vengeance now. But
it's coming back with vengeance right now.
Yeah. Like it was.
Wait a while. The only thing I feel bad for Johnson and Mancour. Mancour, I feel worse for because he's supposed to leave for the weekend and then come back to pitch again. And I was, part of me wanted to go with the opener thing. I was thinking about L.R. Cohn and maybe Cruz or somebody, but I don't know. I just had a feeling like yesterday's rain was such horseshit that maybe today's would be too,
Yeah.
I was hoping. I really, you never know in Washington. It's one of the places you definitely never know, and that's how you learn, obviously managing, doing all that. In the Frontier League, I'm pretty sure they have the rule where if it's raining at all, they won't start a game, right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure they won't start a game if it's raining at all, so maybe we should, it wasn't raining when we started, but it was raining when I started the taxi game earlier. Maybe we should next time. I'll try to avoid, since, we have the window after, but I know the Washington guys were going to work out at 5, so I don't want to cram their party, but we probably should have just said we'll play at 3.
Yeah.
Who cares? Let it all pass. And if any of it gets pushed back, it sprinkles down to 30, 40% later on, that's better than having any 100% chance, because we got lucky with the 100% chance yesterday, and today, not lucky. So maybe that's how we'll do it from now on. If we have a window, we'll just make sure we don't even touch the field until that rain is, 0%.
Right. Well, I got the recently signed Frank Podko calling me. Should I put him on speaker for the stream as well, and then call you back?
What'd you say?
I said Podko's giving me a call right now.
Oh yeah, do it.
All right, I'll call you back. Let's see what he says. What's up, big kid?
Hey, do you have Janice's number?
I do not. Owen does. He's right here.
All right, tell Owen to send it to me.
All right.
The manager for Lake Country is asking for it, and I don't have it saved off the top of my head. So if you could just tell him to just send me it, so I can just copy and paste it and send it to him.
All right, no problem. We got you.
Thank you.
Hey, congratulations again, and good luck to you.
Thank you, bud.
All right, see you, brother. Should we put? Well, too late. I already asked the question. I'm calling Joe Torre back. This is becoming a radio show.
In the sand with Sanders. How's the look?
That's a good look, actually.
Yeah. No, I don't like it. They just look way better on you. I'm gonna stick to my Ray-Bans.
Your call has been
All
forwarded.
right, Joey. Answer.
Yeah,
I guess.
you're rocking too.
Well, I guess Joe Torre got another
They're
call.
rocking.
Like I said, we're still waiting out this rain. It's still coming down. So hopefully you can see on the stream, we're going to try to get Tommy Blood to run the bases in the rain. And hopefully somebody can convince him to do it. Knowing Tommy Blood, he'll just do it if more than one person tells him to do it. So we'll go ahead and mute it for now. Thank you for sticking around. If you have, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, we're live. Ty Wickline, take us through it.
It's all you, man.
Can you hear me from up here?
Yeah, they can hear you.
It can.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, Black Sox fans, we are back here in the bottom half of the second inning after a rain delay. It was almost an hour delay. Really came down, but the sun came out for a second, dried up the field. Vancouver's still ready to roll, being the competitor that he is. And we will resume play with one out here in the bottom half of the second, as it was Vaughn made the last out, right? Yes, Leighton Vaughan grounded out while it started raining prior to the delay, which means Jared Antone will lead off for McDade. Oh, my bad. Jerome McDade, the former Lexington legend, will lead off for the ROJO Sox as we resume play. Everybody's back, minus our color commentator, Mark Sanders, who's getting me Chipotle right now. That's my bad. Sorry, Mark.
What's he getting?
Ty, I keep it simple. White rice and chicken because I need to stay in shape.
Okay. Sounds a little plain.
It's very vanilla, but I'm a very vanilla guy too.
No veggies?
No veggies. I don't know.
Veggies will put you out of shape.
No, I just don't like cooked vegetables. I eat all mine raw, with the exception of broccoli. I need to steam that. As McDade comes to the plate, Vancouver's 0-0 is high for ball one. Marcus Johnson will not be pitching the top of the third, as Anthony Lee will make his second Yinzer baseball appearance as the 1-0 slider misses high for ball two, 2-0 out of McDade. McDade, since coming back to Lexington, has been on a tear. I've only been here for a couple days, and I think, look at that take. And I'm not really sure what happened there. I don't know if time was called. It didn't look like McDowell granted him time. As that pitch is off the corner. So it looks like he did grant him time. It's now 3-1. Or he did not. Sorry, he did not grant him time. As that pitch is down the middle for strike two. The count now full, I believe. I'm still a little confused on what happened there. Is that misses high for ball four, so the mix-up doesn't really matter as the walk occurred. The third walk for Vancouver today. Not a common occurrence. I mean, walks do happen. Normally, the Mark Burley lookalike is always in the zone, as was Mark Burley. Is Jared Antone, the former Sioux City Explorer, now steps to the plate. As that pitch is in there for strike one, get ahead, stay ahead. It's kind of the name of the game, huh, Wickline?
Oh, absolutely.
That's how Ty Wickline gets things done, and that's why he is an ace of the staff right now. As that pitch is lifted in the right center field, Javel Barnes. There we go. Javel Barnes camps under it for out number two. Anthony Lee continues to get hot. Fresh off a season in the Pecos League with Austin. I believe that's a new team. Hadn't heard of them until I looked up his numbers the other day. Stanziano now comes to the plate. Takes strike one down the middle. You know, I was talking to Stans the other day. He seems to do it. He takes some good first pitch fastballs. I want to see him swinging a few of those.
Mm-hmm. Begs the question, what is he looking for?
As that ground ball picked up easily by Mike Thiessen over to Taylor Olmstead for the third out of the inning. After 2 innings of play. It is 2-0. Keep doubting Bombalas over the ROJO Sox. Tommy Blood, if you guys missed it, did a great impersonation of Dave Casey. He rounded the bases and slid into home while it was pouring rain. Shout out to Dave. And we are back, folks. Top half of the third, 2-0 ROJO Sox. Or 2-0 keep doubting Bombalas over the ROJO Sox. Is Anthony Lee is in the game to replace Marcus Johnson, who left due to the 1-hour delay from rain. Lee had 2 years in the Pecos League, most recently with the team in Austin. A lot of strikeouts. It's well over 1 an inning. And Javel Barnes will lead off as McKinley was picked off the top half of the second to end that. Or sorry, Spencer Henn was caught stealing to end that half of the second. As that pitch is in there for a strike from Lee, 0-1. And swung on and missed on it was off speed of some kind. 0-2 now to Barnes. Got to give Max McDowell, the former High Point Rocker, a shout out. Umpiring today's game due to Skylar Janice's signing. Skylar, normally our umpire, and a good one at that. Lee's 0-2 to Barnes. In the dirt, low. The count now 1-2. Mark Demko, nice sprint over the first base box while getting the ball. 2-for-1 deal from Mark. Lee gets his sign for the 1-2 to Barnes. As that pitch misses up, 2-2. Barnes traded this morning from the ROJO Sox to keep doubting Bombalas due to the fact that he has MVP numbers. And the ROJO Sox have a completely stacked outfield with McKinley, Lovejoy, and McDade. As that pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. So 2 out now, 1 away for Anthony Lee. Yeah, that trio in the outfield is lethal. Mike Thiessen, California native, coming to the plate. Thiessen, a versatile player, infielder and outfielder. Been working on the infield a lot since he came down to Florida with us. As that pitch is low for ball one. He did not go there. John Anthon came back the other night after a stint with the Sioux City Explorers, starting 19 straight games behind the plate for them. And the dangerous vet Trey Hunt waits on deck as that pitch misses in 2-0 now. That pitch is in there for a strike. 3-1 now. Kramer next. Yep, after this inning. Lee's only going one. We're going Kramer. All right. Yep, bye. That pitch fouled back, the count now full, as I was relaying the message to Kyle Barrows that Kramer will replace Lee after this inning. Lee only slated to go one. So count full to big Mike Thiessen. Mike is a big fan of Krispy Kreme. That is a fun fact. And that pitch misses well outside for ball four. Ricocheting hard. And that will bring up the vet Trey Hunt. Trey, a former Martinez Clipper. He's been with the Brilliant Sox in the Pod League in 2020, playing for PJ Phillips. Trey was mentioned in the conversation about going north of the border on the Canada trip. However, as he said he would go next year, he, I believe, does not have the vaccine right now, but already planning to be back as that pitch misses in 1-0 to Trey Hunt. You love to see that, a vet who is already planning for next year. So he'll be ready for those teams as they make the trip north. So a strikeout and a walk. Lee behind 1-0 to Trey Hunt is on the 0-1. Thiessen was the 1-0. Thiessen was going, trying to get a runner in scoring position for Trey Hunt. Pick over by Lee after Thiessen flashed the speed on him. And Thiessen goes. Trey Hunt swings. Thiessen slid into second, and Trey Hunt gets there with a single. I love good, aggressive base running. Ty, how about you?
As a fan, sure. Or for the opposing team, absolutely.
Not when you're pitching, though?
Not when you're pitching against them.
You don't like it?
No.
Do you control the run game well?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm counting their steps off the base.
Good.
I'm watching where their head position, where their head is positioned.
That pitch in there for a strike to the former Cleveland Railroader, Derek Hurt. Derek hit 300 with this stint with Cleveland. Well done. got his first taste of the Big Four and hit 300. As Thiessen goes 0-1, but the pitch in and it hits Hurt on the shoulder. So base is now loaded after a walk to Thiessen, a single by Trey Hunt, and a hit by pitch to Derek Hurt, and that will bring up the former Texas Rangers 13th round pick, Taylor Olmstead. As that first pitch is chopped foul down the line, Anton tried to make a play on it, but it was foul. So 0-1 now to Olmstead with Nick Dabrowski, the California native, on deck. Two nothing in favor of Keep Doubting But Bayless if you're just joining us here. As that pitch is fouled straight back by Olmstead, so Lee way ahead at 0-2 now. He's got one to play with. Well, let's make it a competitive pitch. Not waste any. Omar Hartson, coaching third right now for the KBs. Omar, I mean, he's been around forever. 52 stolen bases in his Pecos League debut as that pitch misses high. And from those 52, his contract was purchased by the Miami Marlins. Then I believe he went to the Detroit Tigers, had a stint with Winnipeg in the American Association. He was with the Garden State Grays in the Can-Am in 2015. Detroit in 16, I believe, actually. I don't have it in front of me. As that ball's grounded into a double play. So an inning double play for Anthony Lee. Gets out of the jam to keep the score at 2-0 as we move to the bottom half of the third inning here in Washington, Pennsylvania. John Anthon coming to the plate here to start off the bottom half of the third. Kyle Barrows, a pretty much surefire candidate for manager of the year, will be doing the third base coach's duties this half. As that pitch is lifted Trey Hunt's camped under it. 1 pitch, 1 out for Mancourt. And that will bring up the speedster Wadi Almonte. Wadi showing bunt. Love that. As that pitch is in there for a strike. As that pitch hits him. So running on first and bringing up the dangerous Trevor Mckinley. I'm interested to see what Almonte does, looking to get a run up on the board. That is a guy that you definitely want on base in a situation like that in a close game. Mancourt checks him. McKinley chops one up the middle. Decent there. I don't know what that flip was. Had an easy double play there. So the error will put runners on first and second with 1 away for Cody Lovejoy. Is that pitch in there? No, low. McDowell says 1-0. And that pitch misses in 2-0 now to Lovejoy. That pitch is in there for a strike. 2-1 now. 2 on, 1 out here in the bottom half of the third. 2-0. Keep down on Bayless's. The 2-1 off the corner. So 3-1 now to Lovejoy. As that pitch misses in ball 4. So Almonte hit. McKinley chopped into a routine double play ball, but got on the air. No outs were recorded on that play, and Lovejoy walks to load the bases with 1 away for Colin Miner, a man who in his first 2 at-bats yesterday hit 2 home runs off someone who shall not be named.
Appreciate it.
Miner got me last year. Don't worry about it. Is that pitch in there for a strike?
We're going to have to figure out what's thrown because you saw 2 different pitches. She's caught me more than anyone else, so that's not helpful.
That pitch, half swing, fouled off to the right side, so count 0-2 now to Colin Miner, the former Sioux Falls Canary. Oh, that pitch rings up Miner right there. Miner didn't like it, tossed his bat a little bit. I thought it looked good. I'm on McDowell's side there. So 2 outs now for another Texan, Leighton Vaughan, who homered yesterday as well. Him and Miner went back to back. That pitch misses. Misses to Vaughan. Vaughan was a member of the Northern Colorado Owls of the Pioneer League before returning to us. And the 1-0 misses away. 2-0 now. Base is still loaded. Looks like it's 3-0. I do not believe he won. So 3-0 now to Leighton Vaughan. Base is loaded. And that pitch in there for a strike. A little late call, Max, but got it right. 3-1 now. Oh, there's my Chipotle and your favorite broadcaster right there. I see him walking up. That pitch swung on and missed by Vaughn, so the count now full. Way to run it back there. And let's see if you can go all the way back from 3-0. Whoa. Are you keeping track? I totally missed.
I can't.
You got it.
Go back and do it manually, yeah.
I messed that one up. The 3-2 pitch fouled, so we'll do it again. Love seeing the boys that are down today, working on foul balls, helping out, doing whatever they can. Just great dudes out here in Washington, PA. As the 3-2 ball for Vaughn walks to bring in Wadi Almonte. Mark Sanders is the absolute best. Cheers. With Lexington last year and this year. That pitch McDowell says is away. 1-0 now to McDade. This is off 2-0. Todd Wickline being a stud himself, picking me up on pitch counter.
Happy to help.
So 2-1 the count on Jarrell McDade. Lovejoy at second. McKinley at third. Leighton Vaughan after the walk on first. A swing and a miss from McDade makes it 2-2. Mancor put himself in a jam, hoping to get himself out. McDade a dangerous hitter, though. The 2-2 from Mancor is swung on and fouled out of play. Good job from McDade to fight it off. Walking in a run isn't the worst. The problem is you look on deck, you have Jared Antone waiting. Dangerous hitters all around this lineup. The 2-2 again. It swung on and fouled back to the net. McDade continuing to fight off tough pitches. Let's see what Mancor comes with on the 2-2 the third time. A slider called strike three, rung him up on the high part of the zone. So after loading the bases, the ROJO Sox unable to get anything done. Did they score one?
Yeah,
They did, yeah.
All right.
not them. Oh, boy.
So we'll have to correct the scoreboard, but the score is now 2-1, moving into the top half of the fourth inning. So bottom half of the fourth inning here in Washington, Pennsylvania. Mancor out for another inning of work. First pitch to Anton misses outside for a ball. That pitch swung on and grounded to the first baseman. Olmsted will pick it up, take it himself at the bag, and there's out number one. If you're just tuning in, the Killer Bees are on top of the ROJO Sox 2-1 as second baseman Christian Stanziano steps up to the plate. Stanziano 0 for 1, grounded out to second base his first time up. First pitch to him misses well inside, actually hits him, caught his back leg as he does a little sprint job out of the box. Hard 90s for the boys. So with one out, Stanziano on first base after the hit by pitch. John Anthon steps to the plate, catcher for the ROJO Sox. 0 for 1 his first time up. Popped up to the third baseman as he takes strike one. Stanziano looking a little different. If anybody notices on the stream, he had really long hair, and he cut it during the break. As that pitch misses well inside, actually hits him again. So two pitches well inside from Mancor hit two righty hitters, and now the ROJO Sox have two runners on with one out. Interesting turn of events. Omar Hartson will call time and go check on his pitcher there. Good move. Veteran player. Wadi Almonte will wait outside the batter's box. Almonte was hit by a pitch and then later came around to score in the last inning. Interesting turn of events. The ROJO Sox have scored a run and have 0 hits. So Almonte steps in. Mancor gets the sign he likes. Stanziano taking his short lead at second base. The first pitch to Almonte taken on the inside corner, called a strike. Good pitch. Mancor hoping for a ground ball here. The 0-1 is swung on and grounded softly but foul out of play. Right down that first base side. So 0-2. Quick count on Almonte. Wadi hoping to do something, move those runners over and allow Trevor McKinley, the ever dangerous bat for the ROJO Sox, to do some damage with runners on. Always seems to come through. A check on Stanziano from Mancor. That pitch fouled down the third base side. 0-2 again. Mancor checks on Stanziano again. The 0-2. Swung on, ground to the first base. Olmsted will pick it himself and touch first base. So they get the out at first, but both runners move into scoring position. And as I've said, the ever dangerous Trevor McKinley will get a chance to hit with both runners in scoring position. The amount of damage Trevor McKinley can do to a pitcher is astounding. There's very few pitchers who have gotten him out legitimately in this league. The first pitch to him, taken high and outside, but I'm guessing called a strike. Unfortunately, we have Max McDowell umpiring on the field. I can't tell what he called. I'm going to assume it was a strike.
It looked like a strike to me.
I figured he would call it a strike. The 0-1. Check swing, misses high and outside. 1-1. Without an umpire behind the plate, it is kind of hard to be able to know what calls are made when. We kind of have to use our best judgment. The 1-1 misses outside. 2-1. The 2-1. McKinley checks his swing, but that's called a strike. 2-2. Another dangerous hitter, Cody Lovejoy, lurks on deck. McKinley hoping to make an at-bat out of this. The 2-2 pitch. Taken on the inside corner. That's called a ball. So it was 3-1. We were mistaken. And that'll load the bases. Doesn't matter at this point. For Cody Lovejoy.
Not terrible. You had an open bag with a dangerous guy.
Yep.
Unfortunate problem is another dangerous guy's up.
Exactly. So Mancor now has to face a Lovejoy with the bases loaded, but he has 2 outs. As that pitch bounces on the outside corner, that's a ball. Lovejoy has 2 walks on the day. Hoping to swing and put a ball in the gap. As that pitch bounces again, 2-0. He's on track to walk for his 3rd time, but that'll be an RBI. And Cody Lovejoy would take
those earlier.
a walk and an RBI. Lovejoy would take anything he can get. Big team guy. A good vet to have in any dugout. That pitch to him right down the middle for a strike. 2-1. So Stanziano stands at second. Third. Anthon stands at second, and Trevor McKinley at first. And honestly, a ball in the gap can score all 3 of them, as that pitch misses high and outside for a ball. 3-1. If he was able to find a gap and get himself a double, he would cruise into second, and all 3 runners would be able to score very easily. The 3-1 taken on the outside corner, called a strike. So 3-2. Colin Miner waits on deck. Mancor hoping to end this inning before it gets bad. The 3-2 misses high, ball 4. So another RBI walk for Cody Lovejoy, and that'll tie the game. 2-2, and the ROJO Sox still have no hits on the day. Baseball's a crazy sport like that. And the designated hitter for the ROJO Sox, Colin Miner, will step in. Miner 0 for 2. He's had a ground out and a strikeout. After going 2 for 4 yesterday with 2 home runs, as that pitch misses low and inside for a ball. He's hoping to do a lot of damage now. So even still, if he was able to find a gap, all 3 runners would have the potential to score. As that pitch swung on and hit into the hole, that's a base hit into right field. The right fielder will pick it up, fire in home. McKinley will score easily. A 2 RBI single for Colin Miner. Anthon and McKinley score to make it 4-2 ROJO Sox. And now there will be time called as Olmstead and Soto meet at the mound. And the Killer Bees have Doug Olchazy warming up in their pen. Tough decisions to be made. First hit for the ROJO Sox nets them 2 runs, and they now lead. So with Lovejoy staying at second and Miner on first after the RBI single, that'll bring up first baseman Leighton Vaughan. Leighton Vaughan 0 for 1. He's reached on a walk. Mancor with 2 outs still, just hoping to finish this inning. First pitch to him is a slider that misses high and outside for a ball. That pitch swung on and missed high and inside for Vaughn. 1-1. Killer Bees hoping that Mancore could go quite a while. He's stretched it quite a bit going 4 innings, but in a 9-inning game, you got to go with the odds. That pitch is popped high and foul out of play. 1-2. The 1-2 to Vaughn. Misses high and outside. Soto, good job of snagging that pitch. 2-2. Mancore already had 76 pitches on the day. Hoping just to get that final out. The 2-2 to Vaughn. Swung on, hit high on the right side of the infield. Thiessen will call for it. And there's out number 3. So the ROJO Sox are able to scrape 3 runs across the plate on 1 hit. And no errors, but 2 men left on base. Well, we'll move into the top half of the 5th inning. ROJO Sox on top of the Killer Bees, 4-2. So we're all set to go here in the top half of the 5th inning. ROJO Sox on top of the Killer Bees, 4-2. Andrew Kramer out for another inning of work. Spencer Henn, the shortstop for the Killer Bees, will lead off. He is 0-1 as that pitch misses well over his head. Yikes. Got to get those out of the way. The 1-0 from Kramer. Right on the outside corner, ruled a ball. 2-0. That pitch misses high and outside as well. 3-0 to Spencer Henn. JaVale Barnes waiting on deck. Barnes 0-2. The 3-0 pitch taken right down the middle for a strike. 3-1. The 3-1 from Kramer. Taken just up and out of the zone for a ball. So a leadoff walk puts Spencer Henn on first, and center fielder JaVale Barnes will take his cuts. Let's hit Barnes 0-2 with a fly out and a strikeout swinging. With his speed, I can imagine with Omar Hartson running that team, something will be manufactured. Anton playing even with the bag at third. He squares the bunt, and he'll pull back for a ball. Good job from Anthon to block that ball in the dirt. Spencer Hinn, not necessarily a speed threat. He was aggressive in his first at-bat, trying to steal second with a runner on third. Not a bad base runner. Barnes takes that pitch, 2-0. The 2-0 from Kramer. Bounces, good pick from Anthon, 3-0. Tough spot here for Kramer. No outs. He's already given up a walk, and now he's fallen 3-0 to Javel Barnes. The 3-0. Taken on the inside corner, called a strike. 3-1. Good pitch. Just needing to fill up the zone. Long hold, the 3-1. Taken low, ball 4, back-to-back walks. Put Spencer Hinn at second, Javel Barnes on first. And third baseman Trey Hunt coming to the plate, but it looks like, second baseman Mike Thiessen. I was a batter ahead. Thiessen will step in. Thiessen 0 for 1. He had a walk and a fly out his first time up. First pitch to him, he squares the bunt but pulls back just in time. Ball 1. Killer Bees looking to make something happen. Putting the pressure on the defense, squaring around, see what they do. Antone, still playing relatively deep at third with the bunt threat. The 0-1, he squares again, and he'll bunt it foul back to the screen. 1-1. Nobody moving in the Rojo Sox bullpen. Doug Olchese still getting loose for the Killer Bees. Kramer comes set a look at Spencer Hinn at second base. Another look. The 1-1, he squares again. He bunts it fair. Kramer will pick it up. Fire on to first. Stanziano covering the bag, and there is out number 1. But that'll move the runners over as Barnes and Spencer Hinn are now in scoring position for third baseman Trey Hunt. Trey Hunt 1 for 2 with a single. Kramer looks at the runners. The first pitch to Hunt. It's a slider that misses low and outside for a ball. 1-0. That sun, after hiding from us for most of this game, is now peaked out. And you would think it's been sunny like this all day long. The 1-0 pitch. Misses high and inside. Hunt has to dance out of the way. 2-0. The 2-0. Taken low for ball 3. With 1 out, a walk here is not a terrible situation. The problem is you have Derek Hurt waiting on deck. The 3-0 from Kramer. Taking at the top part of the zone, called a strike. 3-1. 3-1 pitch. And he falls on the mound. I would assume they call that a balk. But no, they're going to. No. Let's see what they do. That's not a ball. Let me meet this bad boy. So it will be called a ball because he did release it when he fell. Unfortunately, Kramer is okay. But that'll load the bases and bring up Derek Hurt with 1 out. First pitch to him. Slider that just misses the zone. Ball 1.
No, McDowell called it a strike.
Oh, he called it a strike. Excuse me. The 0-1 to Derek. Another slider. He pops up high on the right side of the infield. Stanziano calls for it. That'll be an infield fly. And there's out number 2. Good recovery from Kramer after the walk. With the bases loaded, he now has 2 outs. And Taylor Olmstead will step into the box. Olmstead 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. Kramer ever close to escaping danger with the bases loaded. A lot of bases loaded situations here in this game. First pitch to Olmstead is grounded to third base. Anton will pick it up, touch third base. That'll be a fielder's choice, and that will end the inning. So after a rocky start, Andrew Kramer gets himself out with no runs scored. And we'll move into the bottom half of the 5th inning. ROJO Sox still on top of the Killer Bees, 4-2. So we're all set to go in the bottom of the 5th inning. ROJO Sox still on top of the Killer Bees, 4-2. Doug Olchese coming out of the mound onto the mound for the Killer Bees, as Jarrell McDade will lead off. And that first pitch misses high and goes to the backstop. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch swung through and missed. 1-1.
I gotta walk around.
So 1-2 the count on Jarrell McDade. The 1-2 pitch swung on, hit high on the right side of the field. Right fielder Derek Hurt will make the catch, and there is out number 1. So with 1 out, third baseman Jerry Antone will step to the plate. Antone 0 for 2. First pitch to him. Swung on and grounded to the shortstop side. Spencer Hand will pick it up, fire to first. Just getting Antone, and there's out number 2. So 2 quick outs for Doug Olchese. And second baseman Christian Stanziano will step in. Stanziano 0 for 1. Reached and then later scored on a hit by pitch as he takes strike 1. The 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled back, 0-2. Catcher John Anthon waiting on deck. The 0-2 misses inside for a ball. Catcher Jonathan Soto might have been able to sell that one a little bit better, but still way ahead, 1-2. The 1-2 misses inside again. 2-2. The 2-2 to Stanziano. It swung on the ground to second baseman. Thiessen will pick it up. Fire to Olmstead at first, and there's out number 3. So 10 pitches in that inning for Doug Olchese. Good job to come out of the pen and get 3 quick outs. We'll move into the top half of the 6th. ROJO Sox still on top of the Killer Bees, 4-2. Top half of the sixth inning, Andrew Kramer back out for another inning of work. Nick Dabrowski will lead off and takes ball 1 high and in. Dabrowski 1 for 2 with a single, a run scored, and a strikeout on his line today. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed, 1-1. Kramer with a long inning in the top half of the fifth, but able to get himself out of it with no runs scored. The 1-1 pitch is swung on, hit high into left field. McKinley will chase it back just in front of the warning track. He'll make the catch, and there's out number 1. So quick out number 1. And catcher Jonathan, Pepe Soto, will step into the box. Soto has a single and a run scored and also a fly out. First pitch to him. Taken on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Good placement from Kramer. The 0-1. Taken further outside for a ball. 1-1. Kramer kicks and delivers the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. 1-2. Aggressive swing from Soto. Looked like he wanted to really do damage. That sun has really come out now. Almost make you think that rain earlier never happened. The 1-2 pitch. Slider misses outside. 2-2. Kramer kicks and delivers the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and hit high and foul out of play on the right side. We'll do it again. Then 2-2 once again. Another slider, and Kramer falls down again. Kramer, he seems to be okay. Kramer is one of the few pitchers that suffers from this mound here in Washington. He has such a long stride and a hard landing point that almost every time he pitches, he will slip and fall. And you can tell, if you can see on the stream, it's starting to affect his legs. Omar Hartson and Mark Demko out there trying to do the best they can. There's only so much you can do with a turf mound. And hopefully, he's okay. But Utah Kosaki out there grabbing the turf pellets and muting her with a broom. We're going to see what we can do, but Kramer looking like he's not the most comfortable he's ever been. So while they fix it, we'll take a quick muted break and we'll see if it helps Kramer's situation any better. So 2-2 again. Kramer seems to be okay. They've done their mound maintenance there a little bit. Hopefully that helped. So the 2-2 again to Soto. Swung on, hit high into center field. Drifting over to right center. McDade will call for it, and there's out number 2. So good job of bouncing back. His legs still seem to be underneath him. So 2 outs, nobody on. In the top of the 6th, DeAndre Clark will now step in. He's 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. First pitch to him. Taken on high on the outside corner. Again, I can't tell with McDowell if he called that a strike or not. I don't think he did, but we'll see how this goes. He's going to leave the scoreboard blank. That pitch taken on the outside corner. That is definitely a strike. 1-1. From the hand signals I think I just saw from the booth. The 1-1 to Clark. It swung on and grounded to second baseman. Stanziano will pick it up easily. Fire on to first, and there's out number 3. So quick inning here for Kramer. After a little mishap slipping on the mound, we fixed it, and he's good to go. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll move into the bottom half of the 6th inning. ROJO Sox still on top of the Killer Bees, 4-2. So bottom half of the 6th inning, Doug Olchese back out. John Anthon, the catcher for the ROJO Sox, steps up to the plate as he fouls that pitch back for strike 1. Doug Olchese had himself a quick inning coming out of the pen, hoping to keep that going as we still have a long game left. No movement in either bullpen right now. The 0-1. Take and call the strike. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from Olchese misses well inside for a ball. 1-2. The 1-2 to Anthon. Swung on and fouled back to the screen, so we'll do that one again. Good job fighting that pitch off. Anthon 0 for 1. He does have a run scored after a hit by pitch. As that pitch is swung on and missed. Good pitch from Olchese. It looked like a slider. Got him for the first out. So with 1 out and nobody on, shortstop Wadi Almonte will step in. Almonte 0 for 1 also has a hit by pitch and a run scored. as he takes that pitch low and inside for a ball. The scorebook could be deceiving with Mancore's day. Only gave up 1 hit, but had 3 hit by pitches and a few walks. As that pitch misses high for a ball. 2-0. That 2-0 pitch swung on and fouled out of play. 2-1. The 2-1 to Almonte misses low and inside again. He had to kind of dance out of the way of that one. 3-1. Well, Chasey hoping to get back in the strike zone. Do not want to put speed on the bases as that pitch is taken on the outside corner, called a strike. Almonte thought it was a ball. He tossed his bat away. Good pitch from old Chasey. I would have called it a strike as well. 3-2. Trevor McKinley waiting on deck. As we were talking about before, you definitely do not want to put runners on with McKinley on deck, as that pitch is swung on and grounded foul on the right side. McKinley walked in a run his last time up, as that pitch looked like it hit him in the hands, but we're going to call it a foul ball. I guess it caught the knob. Wadi Almonte not arguing at all. So 3-2 again. The payoff pitch is swung on and blooped into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Good piece of hitting from Almonte. Good 2-strike swing. Poking it in play and gets himself a single with 1 out. So now with 1 out and Almonte standing safely at first, Trevor McKinley will step up to the plate. He has a walk, an RBI, and a run scored. He has 2 walks, Reached on an error his second time up. First pitch to him swung through hard swing but missed. 0-1. Good hefty hack there from McKinley. The 0-1. Taken low and inside. So 1-1 the count on the ROJO Sox left fielder. Old Chasey checks on Almonte. That pitch is swung on and blooped to short. V Desai will make the catch as he's come in defensively, taking over Mike Thiessen's spot. Spencer Henn moving to second base. There's out number 2. So soft contact out. Good sign for old Chasey. Not giving up any hard contact just yet. But that'll bring up center fielder Cody Lovejoy. Lovejoy 0 for 0 still, was reached all 3 times on walks. A pickoff move to first. Almonte gets back in time. Not a good or bad day, I guess you can say, for Lovejoy. Still has yet to record an official at-bat, but has reached base all 3 times. First pitch to him. Taken, called a strike. 0-1. That 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled back to the screen. 0-2. So old Chasey hoping to get himself out of this inning very unscathed after the 2-out single, or 1-out single, from Almonte. That 0-2 pitch misses well outside and high for a ball, 1-2.
Slipping a little bit as well.
Yeah. Another pitcher struggling with the turf mound we have here in Washington Wild Things Park. That pitch misses high again. Yep, looks like he's not very comfortable on that mound. He slipped again. Starting to affect the pitcher's longevity, especially in their legs. Chasey comes set. The 2-2 is swung on, hit high, and that will get out of play. So we'll do it again. Chasey already at 20 pitches for this inning. The 2-2 again is swung on, hit high, and foul again out of play, almost in the same spot. Lovejoy staying alive. Seriously, with this sun coming out, you never would have thought it poured down rain only an hour ago. Good old Pennsylvania weather. The 2-2 again from Chasey. Swung on and missed. Good job from Chasey to battle back, keep himself in it. So the ROJO Sox strand one runner at first after one hit, no errors. We'll move into the top half of the seventh. ROJO Sox still on top of the Killer Bees, 4-2. So here we are on the top half of the seventh inning. Andrew Kramer back out on the mound. A little bit of movement in the ROJO Sox bullpen. Oh, geez. As Spencer Hen will lead off and take another pitch over his head. And there's ball one. Kramer in the last inning had a problem slipping twice on that mound. Doug Chasey also suffers from it. When that turf gets wet, it's hard to pitch. The 1-0 pitch. Taken high for a ball, 2-0. Kramer, like I said, is a special case because he's so tall and long, and he has a long stride to the plate. As that pitch is taken for a strike, 2-1. That 2-1 pitch swung on and fouled back, 2-2. Spencer Hen 0 for 1. He's reached on an error and has also walked. The 2-2. Swung on ground to the third baseman, Antone. He'll pick it up. Skip and fire to Leighton Vaughan, and there's out number 1. So with one out, center fielder Javal Barnes will step to the plate. He has 2 walks, a run scored. He has a fly out, a strikeout, and a walk. His walk is the only time he's reached base today, obviously. With that speed, you're hoping he's on base all the time as he takes that slider low and outside for a ball. That 1-0 pitch taken on the inside corner. McDowell calls it a strike, 1-1. Barnes was initially on the ROJO Sox roster, not getting to play a ton, so Joe Torre decided to move him to the Killer Bees where he'll get a ton of playing time as he takes that pitch up in the zone, 2-1. And sure enough, right when he's traded, he gets a start. The 2-1. Swung on, hit high. Kramer slipped again, but that pitch is hit high into foul territory. Anthone will be able to make the catch on the basket catch. Good play from the catcher. He didn't see it coming his way at first, ripped his mask off, ran and caught it almost against his chest protector. And there's out number 2. So an interesting play as Kramer again slips on that mound, making that pitch. Tough spot to be in, but he is getting the job done. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up V. Desai for his first at bat of the day. Took over defensively for Mike Thiessen in the roster. As that pitch is hit hard down the right field line, that'll be a base hit. Swinging first pitch, McDade will cut it off. V. Desai is going to go into second. They weren't paying attention. The ROJO Sox throw into second. He is safe. It looked like the ROJO defense just wasn't paying attention. Almonte protesting the call. But that's a tough one to make. But it looks like it's going to be overruled. That he's going to be ruled out at second, trying to stretch that single into a double. So 1 hit, no runs, and nobody left on base for the Killer Bees. We'll move into the bottom half of the 7th inning. ROJO Sox still on top, 4-2. So bottom half of the 7th inning, Colin Miner will lead off for the ROJO Sox as he fouls that one down the third base side. Doug Olchese back out for another inning of work. Working fast, low pitch count, doing a good job to keep this game close. Colin Miner 1 for 3. He has a single as he takes that one on the inside corner, ruled a ball. 1-1. The 1-1 from Olchese. Take on the inside corner again. That one's ruled a strike. 1-2. Miner does not like the call. Leighton Vaughan waiting on deck. That 1-2 pitch is swung on and fouled out of play. Good job fighting it off. We'll do the 1-2 pitch again. The 1 and 2 again. It swung on, ground at the middle. That'll be a single for Colin Miner to lead off the bottom of the 7th. So with Miner on, nobody out. Leighton Vaughan will step to the plate. Leighton Vaughan 0 for 2. He has a walk. First pitch to him is swung on in line into left field off of the glove of V. Desai, and that'll be another single. And that'll put runners on first and second with nobody out. So Chasey, after working quick his first 2 innings out of the pen, finding himself in a little bit of a jam. With 2 runners on, nobody out, and Jarrell McDade stepping up to the plate. Quick check on Miner. The first pitch to McDade misses high for a ball. Another check on Miner. Long check. That 1-0 pitch is swung on, hit high into right field. Derek Hurt's going to get underneath it. Not deep enough to allow the runners to tag, so there's out number 1. So with 1 out and runners still at first and second, third baseman Jarrett Antone will step to the plate. First pitch to him is a ball. Long look at Miner with a bigger lead now. The 1-0 pitch misses high for ball 2. Long look at Miner at second. Long hold, another look. The 2-0 misses high again. So 3 back-to-back high pitches makes the count 3-0. And Christian Stanziano lurking on deck. The 3-0. Called a strike. Just clipped the top of the strike zone, 3-1. 1 out, Vaughn at first, Miner at second. The 3-1. Swung on and missed. Good slider getting Antone to chase. 3-2. The 3-2 from Olchese. Taken high for ball 4. So that will load the bases and bring up second baseman Christian Stanziano. Doug Olchese has his hands full. We'll see what Stanziano will do. First pitch to him. He takes high and outside for a ball. So Olchese did a good job of working quick and filling up the zone, getting quick outs. His first 2 innings out of the pen. Now he finds himself in a little bit of trouble. As that pitch is swung on and grounded to shortstop, V. Desai will flip it to him. The fire to first. He will get him, so he gets himself out of trouble. With the bases loaded and 1 out. Good job from Olchese. Gets a quick ground out and escapes any further danger he could have had. We will move into the top half of the 8th. The ROJO Sox still on top of the Killer Bees 4-2. And we'll see. It looks like Clunan will be coming out of the pen for the ROJO Sox. So we'll take a quick break and get back to you in the top half of the 8th. So a quick start for Clunan coming out of the pen here in the top half of the 8th. Trey Hunt swings first pitch and grounds out to third for out number 1. Shane Clunan out of the pen for the ROJO Sox. No doubt looking to finish out this game. With 1 out, right fielder Derek Hurt will step to the plate as he takes that first pitch slider that bounces for a ball. 1-0. The 1-0 from Clunan. Another slider that misses outside. 2-0. I have to give a shout out to Clunan. He was our umpire for Tuesday's games. As that pitch is grounded to third base again, Antone picks it off the line, fires to first, and there's out number 2. Good play from Antone down the line. So back-to-back third base ground outs. And 2 outs will bring up Taylor Olmstead. Great job on the backhand from Antone. He's known as a great fielder. Great hitter too, but defensively he's second to none. First pitch to Olmstead. It's a slider that just misses the inside corner for ball 1. Not an easy task either, fielding a ball like that and then having to throw out the speedy Derek Hurt. As that pitch, another slider, Olmstead falls over swinging at it. 1-1. Pretty even game so far. ROJO Sox still on top 4-2. 5 hits for the Killer Bees, 4 hits for the ROJO Sox as that pitch misses outside. Both teams at least with 1 error. Very even. The 2-1. The off-speed pitch fouled down the third base side. 2-2. Clunan doing his job, filling up the zone, getting hitters to swing. Let them get themselves out. That's my policy. The 2-2 pitch grounded to third base again. Antone will pick it up, fire to Vaughan at first, and there's out number 3. So all 3 outs Antone makes. And that'll end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll move into the bottom of the 8th. ROJO Sox still on top of the Killer Bees, 4-2. Bottom half of the 8th inning, ROJO Sox still on top of the Killer Bees. New pitcher for the Killer Bees, still waiting on a roster change name. As that pitch is hit hard into right center field, Derek Hurt chasing it toward the warning track. He will make the catch as he and Barnes just miss each other. Actually, no catch. That play wasn't made. It looked like Derek Hurt might have been able to put a glove on it, but Anthon, the catcher for the ROJO Sox, gets himself a leadoff double. Tough play to make running in the gap. Derek Hurt looked like he had it the whole way. He and Barnes came really close. Thank goodness they didn't collide with each other. But nonetheless, no outs. Leadoff runner on second base. For Wadi Almonte, as he squares early, Demko, who's now the defensive change at third, as that pitch misses well outside for a ball. Mark Demko taking over at third base. Trey Hunt taking over at shortstop, taking V. Desai out of the lineup. So after one at bat and one, maybe 2 innings of work on defense, V. Desai calls it a day. Playing above in front of the bag at third, Demko still tracing the runner. Wadi Almonte squares again, pulls back, and that's a called strike. 1-1. Taylor Olmstead playing well shallow on that right side of the infield. No doubt Almonte will be wanting to put it on the third base side. He squares again, bunts it to the third base side. The pitcher will pick it up, fire it at first, but he is safe as that pitch And that ball gets away. It goes into the ROJO Sox bullpen. Derek Hurt will pick it up. Almonte's going to head for third. The throw in. He is out at third. But the run does score. So that'll be a bunt single for him, but also an error allowed the run to score. And he is thrown out at third. So 1 out, 1 run in. Makes it 5-2 ROJO Sox. And with nobody on, left fielder Trevor McKinley will step up to the plate. Don't want to make the first out at third, but fortunately, a 1 run did score as that pitch misses well out of the zone for a ball. The 1-0. McKinley swings and fouls that one back. 1-1. The 1-1. Taken well inside for a ball. 2-1. Alacron is the last name of the new pitcher. Just came to us here in the Yinzer. I apologize. I don't know what his first name is. I wish I did. The 2-1. A 2-1 pitch misses outside. Ball 3-1. So many players coming in and out. It's hard to get to know everybody's names. So we apologize. The 3-1 misses outside again. Ball 4. So 1 out walk puts the speedy Trevor McKinley on base. And the dangerous hitman Cody Lovejoy stepping up to the plate. Adrian Alacron. Thank you, Joe Torre. It's first Adrian Alacron. Checks on his runner, McKinley. McKinley with a short lead at first. As that pitch taken on the inside corner, ruled a strike. 0-1. Good pitch, clipping that inside black of the plate. Gets the pitch he likes, comes set. Quick look over there at McKinley. That 0-1 pitch misses outside. 1-1. The 1-1 misses high for ball 2. McKinley again with a short lead. That 2-1 pitch swung on and missed. Got him to fish for it on the outside part of the plate. 2-2. Colin Miner waiting on deck. McKinley extends his lead a little bit. The 2-2. Runner goes. That swung on and blooped into the right center field. Derek Hurt deked him, tried to see if he could catch it. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Barnes will pick it up. McKinley was on the move. He'll score easily, and that'll be an RBI double for Cody Lovejoy. Derek Hurt had me fooled, but McKinley already on the run. Had no shot of getting him. So now the ROJO Sox lead 6-2 in the bottom of the 8th on the RBI double from Cody Lovejoy. And that'll bring up designated hitter Colin Miner. More speed on the bases with Lovejoy at second base. The first pitch to Miner. taken high for a ball. The 1-0. Misses high again, ball 2. One out here in the bottom of the 8th. Lovejoy standing at second base. Check on him. The 2-0. Swung on and fouled at the plate. It looked like it clipped Soto. So they're going to give him a moment. That never feels good. That actually happened to Minor yesterday. So we'll give the catcher his time to kind of walk it off. And he seems to be okay. 2-1 the count on Minor. I check on Lovejoy. Long look at him. Another look. The 2-1. Bounces. Good job by Soto to block that. 3-1. So there's one out and Leighton Vaughan on deck. Tough decisions to be made for the Killer Bees. No movement in their bullpen. I don't think they have any arms left. Neither do the ROJO Sox. Clunan expected to finish out this game. That 3-1 pitch bounces low and inside. Ball 4. So that'll put runners on first and second with one out. Not a terrible spot to be in. Leighton Vaughan, generously has little speed. So a ground ball here gets you out of here clean. Just have to execute your pitches here. So one out. Lovejoy at second, Minor at first. First pitch to Vaughan. Taken for a strike. Good slider to get yourself back in the zone. The 0-1. Misses low and outside for a ball. 1-1. That 1-1 pitch grounded to the third baseman. Demko will pick it up, fire to second for 1, get the out at first. So as I predicted, good job from the pitcher after giving up 2 runs on a couple hits, getting the double play to keep his team in it. So this will be the Killer Bees' last chance moving into the top of the 9th. They trail the ROJO Sox 6-2. And Shane Clunan will be back out there for the ROJO Sox. We'll see if he can close it out. So leading off the top half of the ninth inning for the Killer Bees is Nick Dabrowski, hoping to get something started, spark some sort of rally as that pitch is check swung and fouled at the plate. Strike one. It's been a really tight game so far. Yesterday was more offense. Today, the pitching has spoken for itself. A lot of runs having to be manufactured by the offenses here. As that pitch misses inside, 1-1. Good bounce back day. That pitch swung on and fouled again. 1-2. Just good baseball being played all around here in Washington Wild Things Ballpark in the Yinzer. As that pitch check swing, he did not go. Oh, they're going to say he went. His own player coaching first says he went, so there's out number one on the strikeout. Some not so home cooking for the Killer Bees. And with one out, that'll bring up catcher Jonathan Soto. First pitch to Soto. Taken up for a ball. That pitch misses up again. 2-0. That pitch is a slider that Anthone can't handle, but regardless, called a strike. 2-1. Then 2-1 to Soto. Another slider. Misses low. 3-1. The 3-1 from Clunan is swung on and fouled out of play. 3-2 now. Thank you all for those who are watching and leave comments. The payoff pitch is swung on and hit high into left field. McKinley will track it down and make the catch in shallow left field for out number 2. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up DeAndre Clark as he squares to bunt but pulls back, and that pitch is called a strike. 0-1. The 0-1 to Clark. Taken high and outside for a ball. 1-1. For those of you still watching, if you haven't subscribed to the Black Sox YouTube channel, please be sure to do so. You'll be able to comment on videos and check out our other live streamed games. As the 1-1 pitch is popped up, high to the shortstop, Wadi Almonte underneath it in shallow left field, and there is the final out of the day. So the ROJO Sox bounce back after yesterday's highly offensive competition and take this one over the Killer Bees 6-2. Great pitching work from Marcus Johnson, Andrew Kramer, and Shane Clunan. A combined effort to get the victory today. Thank you all for joining us. Be sure to like and subscribe this video. Subscribe to the Black Sox YouTube channel. We hope to catch you guys tomorrow for our, I assume, an afternoon game, but we'll see how the weather holds up for us. These next days seem to be a little bit hairy for us. But again, once again, thank you for joining us, and we hope to catch you again. Thank you.